Hey guys, welcome to episode number 12 of the Reseller Stew. Today we're going to be talking about why we like reselling, the kind of the good about it. And there's so many people or so many times that it's really easy to just talk about like, oh, this and this happened and that's awful. Everybody talks like that when they're talking about it too. They're like, they're so terrible.
I agree.
Did it again. A horrible person. There. I didn't have my YouTube muted, sorry. It's been one of those crazy mornings. First I started the show by accident, and then I had to start all over again.
I just thought it was me again. I was like, I'm just going with it.
No, it was my mistake. It was terrible. But anyway, yeah, just kind of do a little positive show about, why we do reselling, what we like about it, how we can even talk about how we got started. If you guys have any questions for us, just put them over in the chat. Just put like question or question marks or something, and that way it's easy for Tonya to see them. And and yeah. So how's everybody's week?
Going great.
Oh, it's easy. Bow.
It's me. It is me. Margaret,
we are such professionals. I mean, we have this down pat. You would think after like so many shows, as many shows as I've been on, I can't believe how many times I do that myself.
Okay.
How was everyone's week?
Great.
Yeah, pretty good. You go. April, how was your week?
My week is good. I'm moving, so that's crazy. But I'm actually not running any sales in my eBay store so that I can get organized and stuff. So I'm not selling a whole bunch, but things are going well.
Good. Cool.
I couldn't imagine trying to move and trying to, like run my business. It would. Yeah. I would definitely I would put it on vacation. It would just be too much.
But you have most of your stock in a storage locker, right?
Correct. There's actually not a whole bunch of interruption. I have a few things here at my old apartment, but most of my stuff is in the storage unit, like 90% of it.
See, that's cool.
That makes it so much easier.
It does.
Yeah.
I organized my shed this weekend, trying to get rid of critters. So I had to take everything out so my husband could patch up holes and stuff where there are entry points. And I told him, I was like, oh babe, it'll only be like 5 minutes. What? He was out there for like an hour and a half patching up holes. I felt so bad because he worked like 12 hours, and then I'm like, oh, it'll only be like 5 minutes if you could just come and help me do the holes. And
we keep talking about doing that in our garage, sheetrocking it and all that, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, okay, so I bought 2 of those deterrent speakers that are supposed to be good for any kind of
the high frequency stuff?
Yeah, any little varmints, squirrels, or anything, and I put 2 of them in there, and it's only an 8x10, shed. So I put 1 on each side, and I've been going out there for the last couple of days and just kind of checking for any signs of anything, and I haven't seen any signs, so I'm very hopeful that now I don't have to be scared to go in there, because I wasn't worried about things getting damaged, just because most of it's in plastic tubs. It's all, covered,
right.
But I just I was scared of things coming out at me, not like they're going to attack my face,
right.
But you don't like random things, just
Surprise!
Bye!
Hey, I've also heard that they don't like strobe lights.
I don't like strobe lights either, though.
You put them up in your attic or wherever you might have critters in your shed.
Then you can only see them coming at you like this, like horror film, Oh my gosh! Okay, I know this is not. Well,
you go up there and it's all whoop, whoop.
Right, party in the attic. In the last Bonafide Hustler's last video, there was a mouse or a rat or something at the thrift store. He got it on video. I'm like, oh, that's disgusting.
I can imagine, though, you think about people taking boxes of stuff out of their sheds and garages and things like that. you know, I can imagine that they get those in there. I mean, it happens everywhere because, like,
Yeah.
potato boxes and stuff that they take in, you know, to places. Yeah, it's kind of gross. It happens.
How about you, Tonya? How was your week?
I've had a good week.
I hear an echo again.
Uh-oh.
What were you going to say, April? I heard you.
I was actually going to say that once I picked up a pair of golf shoes with a full-on rat's nest in them.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I'm like slightly ashamed to admit it, but I just clean them really well and I still sell them.
So it was from
Atta girl.
it was from a pet-free home, but not necessarily a pest-free home.
Oh my gosh.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Okay. That's
Tonya and I went to some thrift stores over in Pasadena that I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Right?
There were 99, I can't even think, 99% chance of them being invested. Yeah. Anyway.
This is gross. We gotta change the subject.
Who brought up rats anyway?
Sorry, I brought it up. But no, I worked on that shed for like I started at like 5 and I finished at like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it's done. Because it was just a wasted space. Like, because I wouldn't use, I didn't want to go in there, you know. So then I actually, while I was in the process of doing the shed, I sorted things for a garage sale.
Ooh, nice.
And what I was gonna keep. So I'm gonna run garage sale soon.
That's cool. Yeah. I say we, I mean me, went through my workroom too and was organizing that, so it was nice. Because then I got a whole bunch, like when Tonya and I were out, got a bunch of tubs, so it was like all the purses in this tub and all the plush in this tub and just kind of stacked them up, and so it's making it a lot easier. A lot easier. We're still talking about rats.
I was just reading that.
Old chatter rats. What was I gonna say? I did clean up my office some too. Like I can actually walk around in here. It's so easy for me. It just gets very, like I just dump things. You know, I'm just like, eh, and then it gets too crowded, and then I get overwhelmed and I can't really move, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I had to clean up yesterday so that way I could actually list stuff because I'm trying to do y'all's listing challenge. If anybody that's watching hasn't seen that, Tonya and Margaret started a listing challenge for this week, and I wanted to participate. So
yeah, we opened it up. We posted it in Reseller, Stu, and the International League of Thrifters. I don't know. We're working on a sign. I don't know. Do we a sign?
My brain was like trying to think of something, but it didn't work.
No, I can't either. I'm afraid I'll like throw something rude out there.
Accidentally, you're like fling, 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 fling. My dad did that one time on the highway. Like a cop had pulled up next to him and was like, "It's 55," and my dad's like, "I'm going 55." You know? Yeah. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I did get out of a ticket the other week, though, not because of that, but that was another, like the police officer thing happened. And I don't know, I had bad allergies. Did I tell you guys a story already?
No.
Oh my gosh, I was having like a coughing fit, but it was allergies. But I totally played it up. Is that horrible? And I'm handing him my license, like cough. And then I was like,
go to the pharmacy.
And then I was like, I got some sanitizer when you're done if you need it. Yep. And he was like, have a nice day.
So did you guys go shopping this week? Anybody got any good finds?
I did.
What you got?
Well, I got a whole bunch of vintage games for $1 a piece, and they should do okay. And then I also got some more cufflinks. They're 14-karat gold plate that I picked up. It's like cufflinks and like the studs like for a tuxedo. And so I picked them up for $3, and they should go for like $100, I'm thinking.
If you guys didn't get the notice, Margaret was on the J&A show last week, right? It was last week? On Friday?
Friday. Mm-hmm.
So if you go check out Jason Smith's channel for the J&A show, she was on there showing off those vintage games. I saw it. I watched it. It was a good show.
Yeah. And I posted a whole video after that too. So some were from before and some were after. So yeah. Cool. Anybody else?
I picked up a couple things.
What'd you get?
I got this little Precious Moments Indian doll,
Aww.
new with tags, and it was only $3.99.
How much is she going for?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask at least $50 for her plus shipping.
Yeah, I don't pick up those kind of things, but I would have picked that up.
I know I don't either, but I did pick that up. And then I got this neat little wood bobblehead.
Oh wow.
And it was $1.99.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm
Is
not
it
really.
wood or coconut?
It's wood. But look, I think it's cracked, or is it supposed to be that way?
No, I think somebody like hit it with a baseball bat.
No, see, it's cracked all the way down. See?
Yeah. Somebody would add it.
You're spunky today, Margaret.
It's the man. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I like it.
I got two squirrels chasing each other up and down the tree.
Uh-oh. Any more underwear?
No.
Was it underwear or socks?
It was underwear. It was like Fruit of the Looms.
Tiny whiteys.
Yep.
She saw a squirrel carrying up some underwear up the tree one day.
And then the 2 days later, they were carrying up like something else. I think it was like either gloves or a ball of socks.
A ball of socks.
Yeah.
Some junior high boy is missing that ball of socks.
They're having a squirrel toga party.
You got it.
Uh-huh. What did you pick up this week, April? Did you pick up anything awesome? That didn't have rats in it?
Huh?
I said that didn't have rats in it.
Oh, not awesome. Last night I picked up a Crayola crayon maker for $3. And those are going for like $60 on Amazon.
I see them, and I always thought they didn't do well. Man. Okay.
You should take a look at them. A closer look at them.
I passed by those too. Let's look them up.
Was it new or was it like open and everything?
Hold on.
Maybe it's making a comeback.
You know, a thing I was looking at yesterday was the Discovery Kids pottery wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Look that one up on Amazon. It's really super high priced for like no reason at all.
That's so you can reenact Ghost without paying the high price of a real pottery wheel.
That's the only reason I got it is because it hasn't been used. I don't know how the used ones do, but I can definitely list this as used like new.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been used, and there's good money in them. I mean, and I only pay, like I said, $2.99 for it.
That's cool. Has Amazon started doing that new open box thing yet? Because somebody was talking about that a while back.
Some categories, some items, I have that option, but I've also had listings deactivated because I use that option, so it's weird. They're still working through it.
Yeah. Haven't done it. Are you pulling it up, Deb?
Yeah, it looks like there's different ones that they have, but it ranges so much.
I have some molds. I don't know if they go to the crayon maker, but they it's like an attachment or like a thing that makes these molds of crayons, and they're like Ninja Turtle ones.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I thought I could just make crayons in them like at home, like melt the wax and pour it in. My kids could do it. And then I was like, oh, it goes to like one of those crayon maker things, and so.
We've done that before. Like we made little heart crayons. You just break up the crayons and put them in the mold and then put them in the oven.
But the mold's plastic. So I think
That's okay.
Really?
Mine was like that silicone.
Yeah, but plastic's not silicone. Plastic will melt. You're trying to get me to melt plastic in my I did that once before too, but we won't talk about it.
Hey, Margaret, when you're looking at cufflinks, like, is there anything in particular you look for, or you just look for the stamp?
No, I pick up most cufflinks I find if they're pretty cheap. Normally I won't pay more than $3. I think there were some Christian Dior ones I paid like $5 or $7 for or something like that, but no, I picked the most most of the time just pick them up when I see them. And then, unless they're like really scuffed up or grungy looking, but for the most part, I mean, it helps if they have a stamp or something, but yeah. Because then even if they don't have a stamp and they're just kind of plain, my starting point's usually about $15. So 15 and up is where I go with them.
So I'll have to look out for that. I don't look at that kind of stuff. Like, I just pass by the jewelry counters and things. There's, like, last week I went thrifting at what's kind of like a regional thrift store. They have like one in Austin and there's like one in San Antonio. And they keep stuff like that in the cases, but I think because I don't like standing there and asking the people to like take things out.
Right.
You know? I'm like, oh, let me see that and that and that and that and that and that and that. And you can't like stand there and look it up or anything. You can't do anything. You can't.
Yeah.
You're just kind of there. I bought some. I don't know. I'm trying to branch out. I think I'm getting bored with my products, and so I've been looking at like linens, like vintage linens lately. And I picked up like I had picked up some before. I had talked about the Disney ones that I got, but then last week I ended up getting Pottery Barn Kids comforter set, and then I did a lot of research on those. Like the next day I went on eBay and was like, okay, let me see what's there to pick up, because I see bumpers all the time, and I know they say that don't use bumpers, so the stores have stopped selling bumpers, really.
Right.
And so I was looking them up to see if there was a market for those, and it looks like the bumpers go for anywhere from like $20 to $40 depending on. Yeah, so I was like, okay, those are worth picking up. And then I was doing some more research, and I was just trying to figure out like what I'm supposed to be looking out for, because I know there's a lot of people that specialize in like levies, and those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
But I know so little about that stuff,
Yeah.
But I picked up a Bear in the Big Blue House, little like crib comforter or toddler bed comforter, and this one that's cats, and it just says what does it say? A group of well put together cats or something. There's all these like little colorful cartoon cats on it. And the last ones that sold on eBay sold for like $20-something just for the flat sheet. So.
And I wonder if crafters use them too. Because just today, like I picked this up here, I'll show you. It's Circo brand, which is Target, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's still like woodland creatures, and it's all cute.
Oh, that's cute.
And so I thought, it's a curtain, though. It's a curtain. That's the brand, Circo. But I figured, somebody could use it because it's a good fabric. It's real thick if you wanted to make a skirt or something like that out of it. Anyway.
Yeah, it's cute.
Woodlandsy.
We have a question in the chat. Mary's asking if anybody has experience selling dolls.
What kind of dolls? Like baby dolls or porcelain dolls?
She says she has a set of Dion quintuplets from the 30s with the original swing that I need to sell.
Oh, cool. I would just research it because, that kind of thing, there's people. I have a Dion quintuplets poster in the garage. I need to pop that up.
I have no idea what that even is.
They were like in the 50s.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm looking it up.
Okay. And they were put like in a zoo type of thing. Like people would come and look at them.
Okay. Oh, they were real people.
Yeah.
And then, wow. There's one that's a vintage Madame Alexander Dion quintuplet dolls with the mobile for $1,000.
Dang. Are they Madame Alexander ones?
Yeah.
I'm asking the lady in the chat. Who was the one in the chat?
Mary?
Oh, we have an echo really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Me.
Is it me?
Here, I'll mute.
Okay. Nope. Still there. I don't know.
Should I try and mute?
Everybody just mute, and we'll just have the show, and there won't be any echo. And we'll do sign language, and we'll hold up cards. Let's see.
I'm looking at these dolls, these Dion quintuplets. My goodness.
Yeah. Crazy pants. Okay.
Cool.
That's definitely something that we obviously, Mary, we have no idea. But thank you for the information.
Awesome.
Now we know.
Good job, Alexander. Good job with that. Awesome. I have tons of Madame Alexander dolls. I just can't move them. I started lotting them up.
Yeah.
Plus, they probably take up a lot of space, too.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, another thing I was looking up last week when I was at the store was Baby Alives. Baby Alive lots.
Huh.
Lots of Baby Alives. Some of those sell for a lot of money. I always thought those dolls weren't worth anything. But if you look up Baby Alive, like lot of Baby Alive that are just dolls and like multiple dolls together, just naked ones, they go for a reasonable amount of money, like 30, 40, 50 bucks. And so you would think, like, you know, you can find them. I normally them together. It's definitely something really easy to do.
Yeah.
Huh.
Where's your giraffe at, Deb?
Oh, Malcolm, he's right here.
Oh, okay, there he is. Somebody was asking. Chris was asking.
I had to move him over yesterday.
He's like, what up?
I kept knocking him down. So. There he is. Yeah, so I'm looking here, like, there's 2 Baby Alives right now. There's one that's Hispanic and one that was Caucasian. It's just 2 of them that says they don't even work for parts and repair for $29.99.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's something I need to research a little bit more, but I think I'm going to start picking them up. Like, there's 2 of them from 2006. They have no clothes on. They're just naked. 2 dolls, $45.
They're the ones that crawl and stuff like that?
No, these are the ones that eat.
Yeah, you can feed them, and then they
Poop.
Hey, you know what I want? I want the Lala that poops charms.
She poops charms?
Yeah, like she poops charms for your charm bracelet.
Oh, my girl would love that.
Yeah. I want one so bad, but I can't, like, bring myself to buy it. Not like a used one. Like, I want one, like, new. And you can buy, like, new charms to load her with.
I liked your hand motion.
You got to load the charms in there. And then... Sorry, don't shake your head. We all have a dream.
Oh, boy.
So, did anybody have any great sales this week? Moving right along.
Now's the time for the chocolate.
April, did you have any good sales this week? Anything spectacular? Anything?
In the past 7 days, I think my keytar sold since I've been on the show last, and my vintage dollhouse sold for $100.
You kicked some butt this week, April.
Yeah.
Yeah, the few things I've moved have been awesome, but it's been so few of them. But they've been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The keyboard guitar. The keytar.
The guitar. What was that in recently?
Awesome. My kids were having a blast with it.
How much did the keytar go for?
$200.
Dang, that's awesome. That's
Yep.
awesome. Ah.
What about you, Margaret? Oh, yeah, tell us about yours. Margaret froze. There's Margaret. She said she's having browser issues.
I'm back. You can't get rid of me that quick. Is April gone too now?
She just dropped out. I muted her because I think she was echoing really bad, and she just came back.
So yeah, those cufflinks sold. I don't know if I told you guys about those cufflinks that last time or the time before. I picked up some cufflinks at a thrift store that were 18 karat gold. They were white and yellow gold. And I picked them up for $1, and they ended up being 22 grams. And so Tonya took me over to see her gold man. And then I know, and they ended up selling, and I walked out of there with $450. So,
yay! By the idea that Tonya has a gold man.
You should see him too. Well, she does. sell like her. Can I tell them or no? Like when she
What?
finds jewelry boxes and things like that.
I
she'll
did a
take
video of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so, and I had a guy that I went to, and he buys coins and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, like his phone's disconnected. It's kind of shady. So,
Right.
so I was happy with her gold man.
Yeah, and I buy the jewelry jars too. So when I find good stuff in there, it's nice to know we can just go over there and see him. And
Oh my gosh! And he showed us when we were there. He showed us somebody had brought in this bracelet that they found in a jewelry jar, and it was like it looked like like costume jewelry. It was this big, thick, like gaudy,
real chunky. Yeah.
chunky with a big star with looked like diamond chips in it. He said that thing was worth $3,000, and somebody found it in a jewelry jar.
Is that how much it was worth? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, $3,000.
Crazy.
It was chunky, heavy. Yeah, found it in a jewelry jar.
So that's why we buy jewelry jars.
I've never even been to any place that has jewelry jars.
Good
My
Where do you go?
always has
Where do you
them,
get them
yeah.
at? Like they're at the thrift store, or are they at like garage sales, or where do you find stuff like that? Because there's a guy in our group, Joe Hare, in the $1,500 room that does jewelry all the time. He buys bags of jewelry, and I'm like so interested with it. Like he just buys the stuff, and in there is like all of these different little pieces of silver and gold, and he'll post, oh, I sold this for 20 and I sold this for 50, and I just think it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. But for me, like when I come home with a jewelry jar, I will easily sit there and spend 2 hours, just dump it in a big box and go through all of it. You can spend, it's time consuming, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then whatever we can't sell, I just put it back in the jar and take it to my antique booth and sell it and get my money back.
Awesome.
Yeah, somebody bought up all my, well, I just made some new ones, but before that, somebody had bought up all of my jewelry jars from the antique booth.
Yeah, I've sold a few, yeah.
Now I want to find one. I want to find me one, and then I want it to have something valuable in it.
Yeah. Well, Tonya, you found like rings, right? Like diamond rings and stuff, right?
I haven't found any rings, but I've definitely found necklaces and bracelets and sold them. I think the highest I ever sold one for, I think it was a necklace back in July for 1,000 something.
What?
So yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, you can find some good stuff. I mean,
that's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. How about you, Deb?
I did not have any great sales this week. I did sell something that I had for a really long time.
Awesome.
And it's been over at Amazon for probably a year now. And I probably paid too much in storage for it because it's big, it's oversized. But it was a giant Eleanor from Brave, the mom bear.
Oh, yeah.
Like 3 feet tall. It's really big. And it finally sold this week for $49.95.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I'll have to look and see. I probably paid $800 in fees on it. So no.
I have a ginormous frog like that too. That I'm like, man, this thing is never gonna sell.
what are you doing, Margaret?
What am I doing? I'm playing with my chocolate. Can you hear that? Sorry.
So do we want to get? Did anybody have anything else before we get into the topic of the day?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we wanted to talk about like why we like reselling. What is it that you really like about it, and why you got into it, and why you keep doing it? What are the advantages to reselling to you? And there was something else, but I can't remember. I'll think of it later. But April, I know like you went full time. I don't even remember like your whole story about how long you've been reselling for prior to you going full time. But you want to tell us about that?
Sure.
Story time.
This February is actually 3 years that I've been reselling, and it does not seem like that long. For about the first 18 months or so, I had a lot to learn, and I probably lost a ton of money. But the past year has been awesome. Like, I definitely more than I missed. I feel like I'm hearing an echo, so that's why I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from.
I'll mute me.
I started reselling because I was pregnant and I wasn't making enough money and I had to do something. It's really simple for me. My back was against the wall, and this was the easiest way for me to make a living. And it took off, and I was able to quit my job. So it's been awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Margaret, what about you?
How did I get started?
Yeah, like, I mean, what are the advantages of reselling to you, or what's your thing? Why are you an eBay seller? Why are you an Etsy seller? Like, what?
Well, I'm similar. I mean, not exactly similar to April, but because I'm a stay-at-home mom, and when I started staying home, I wasn't a reseller at all. But I just kind of fell into it. I was selling some things out of my grandmother's stuff after she passed away, and then I just started going to garage sales and picking up cool stuff. And then I realized, wow, I can make some money doing this, and don't have to go to my husband and say, can I have some money for blah blah blah? I have my own money, and now it's gotten to the point where I can pay for the kids after school if they want to go to have like an after school, like go to soccer or something like that, and now we're saving up for this trip. So it's been nice. It's something that as a stay-at-home mom I can do and make my own hours. So.
Yeah, because you used to be a teacher, right?
I taught for 14 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your business is so you can do like extracurricular activities and not just have that strain. I think a lot of people do that, where it's just something really great to have that's flexible, and you don't have that stress of, oh, my kid's sick. And I think that was something that's why you quit teaching, right?
Yeah, my last year teaching, I probably missed 20 or 25 days of school because my kids were sick all the time, and my grandmother was sick and she passed away, and my sister had an emergency C-section. It was like I was gone like every other week, and it was so stressful. And even before that, anytime my kids were sick and I had to go talk to my principal and get a sub, and because Randy's job was one where he couldn't, he got a new job and he couldn't stay home and miss any days. So it just, it took a lot of stress out of everything and made it nice. And also, it's nice to know that, if something happened to my husband's job, we could kind of ramp everything up and try to earn a little bit more, get him on an Amazon shipment and get me on a go sourcing or whatever. Yeah.
That's awesome. What about you, Tonya? You're muted.
You need to get some new hair dye, girl. A blonde seeking in.
Well, basically the same thing as y'all. Back in 1999, I'd had I had a liver transplant, and I didn't really want to go back to work. And I've always kind of enjoyed finding things and flipping them, so I just kind of naturally fell into it.
Yeah.
How long have you been reselling for?
Since I've been on eBay since 2000.
And so you started out selling what? Like, what was your main thing?
Like, my main thing, I used to go to the Dollar Tree and I would buy those tall vases, and I would sell them as art glass vases. I did, and people would buy them. So, the real tall bud ones, like bud vases. And so I did that. I used to be really heavy into women's shoes. I used to do really good at that because you can get them for so cheap at garage sales in the summertime. So that was a lot of fun. And now I just don't do that so much. I have all these books. They take up a lot of space, and then shoes take up a lot of space, and I don't have my storage unit anymore. So I'm trying to consolidate what I'm selling, and I'm thinking about just focusing a lot more on the jewelry for eBay too, right? Because I can get a lot listed, and it doesn't take up a lot of space.
It is a lot less space than between jewelry and.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people ask that before when they're trying to get started in reselling, and they're like, well, I don't have a ton of room. I've got one bedroom, or I have a really small apartment, or what am I supposed to sell? And I've heard people talk about, well, sell paper goods, like whether you're doing old vintage advertisements or postcards or photographs or things like that. I mean, you can put thousands of paper goods into, you know, a bin, and that really takes up not a lot of space. And even just doing T-shirts, you know, T-shirts don't take a lot of space either. You just fold them up and put them. You can almost just file them in a banker's box, you know. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely something I haven't started worrying about space until recently, when I was, you know, started running out of space, you know, to put things. And really, I'm not out of space because I have that whole shed, and there's nothing in there that's really resale related. You know, it's not like there's, well, now there is, because I went through it and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and list this stuff. There's like 2 bins of clothing in there that I need to just go ahead and list, you know, and a couple other things, but really other than those, like maybe 4 plastic totes, it's not really reseller stuff. It's just stuff that needs to go away. Somebody was asking, I don't know if you want to share, but what was your liver transplant for, if you want to share that?
Oh, I didn't see that. It was called primary sclerosing cholangitis, and I was on the transplant list for about 8 months, and then I got the call.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And I've had my two children since then.
You've had your what? Your sound wasn't very well. Good.
I've had my 2 children since my transplant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Purple Lily was asking what made me go into parts. Because there was money there. I found a sense. This is what got me started with parts. I found 2 Sensio coffee makers, and I was trying to look them up and see what they were worth. And I ended up finding this reseller that's in Texas. It's called Pace Parts, P-A-C-E, Pace Parts, and all they do is parts. And I was just scrolling through, and I was like, because he was selling a piece to the Sensio. That's how I found him. And I was like, wow, there is a ton of money in this. Like, look at how much stuff this guy is moving. And I just kind of put it in the back of my head that was something that, you know, made money. And I even remember, like, telling my husband, like, look at this. You know, and I would scroll through, and I'm like, look at this guy and what he's selling. I totally need to do this. But then there was probably like a 6-month or more span where I didn't really do anything with it. So I started out November of 2014, where I was just changing my business model. I was getting tired of what I was selling. I was selling mostly stuffed animals, coffee cups, and like shoes. And then any like random stuff that I would see, because I was always looking up things that I didn't recognize, because you never know, like, you don't know what something's worth if you're not looking it up. So I just decided that I wanted to change the way I was doing my business, and it actually completely changed my money, because I went from averaging like $500 to $800 a month, which is a lot in stuffed animals.
Yeah.
But I went from $500 to $800 a month to like $2,000 to $3,000
wow.
a month in sales, just in changing over to parts. And I didn't have a mass amount of listings. I only had probably 150, 175 listings. So I was turning really quickly. And like compared to now, where I have 350 listings, it didn't double the amount because I changed my business model again, went away from parts and went into other things, and more listings hasn't doubled my money. I'm making the same amount of money a month with more listings. So I don't know, maybe it was a mistake, you know, to get out of parts. I get bored with stuff, and it's just like now where I'm bored with this stuff. I want to so much to just find a niche to stick with, but then I get that niche and then I get bored with it.
I change stuff up all the time. I get bored easy too.
Yeah.
I just like the variety. I like to walk in and I feel like I just love looking at everything.
And she does look at everything.
She's like shopping with my grandmother.
Were you going to say something, April?
No, I think that I'm the person that's making everyone have an echo.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's making me sad.
I know. We need to get you fixed up because I feel like you missed out on a lot of the show. And I really want to hear what you have to say.
I know. Hopefully by next week we'll have it all figured out.
Okay. I might have to meet you, though. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, I guess I could say, like, how I got started and why I do reselling. I got started back in 2007, 2008, 2007, when my daughter was born. I was selling coupons that I was getting from the doctor's office, and they were like really high value insured coupons. And I started reselling just because I needed some form of money. At that point in time, I was a stay-at-home mom. Me and my husband, we weren't married. We didn't have this really great relationship at that point. He would give me like $20, and it was supposed to like last forever. Like I'm like he would put $20 of gas in the car, and that was when gas was like $3.50 a gallon.
Oh gosh.
And then a week would go by, and I'd be like, "Hey, I need gas in the car," and he's like, "Where did you go?" And I'm like, "Where did you think I went? I got 60 miles worth of gas in the car."
Yeah. Oh.
So I had no money. So at that point, I started couponing a lot, and I actually started couponing because I needed. This is how desperate I was. This is how different my life has been in the past 10 years. I needed printer paper, and I had no money. And I started Googling like how to get printer paper, and I had found out that if you took ink cartridges to Office Max, that they would give you a ream of paper.
Huh.
And so that got me where I found Slick Deals, and Slick Deals got me where I found out about couponing, and couponing got me to where I ended up realizing there was a value to coupons. And that's when I started really selling coupons on eBay as a form of making money because I had none, and I used to get the coupons out of the trash, so they were free.
Yeah.
And so that's how I got started selling. Over that time period, from 2007, I had started out merchandising. I was doing like secret shopping and stuff like that, and then I stumbled upon merchandising, and I was doing these little one-time projects where I would go once a month and do something for 2 hours or whatever. And over a year's time, I ended up accumulating enough experience just doing those little projects where my friend would watch my kid, where I started applying for actual like merchandising jobs. And so I did merchandising and eBay until I went full-time in 2014. Yeah, summer 2014, I quit. So that's me. That's why. And I stick doing it. Sometimes, I really want to get a regular job just because I really crave like a schedule. I really crave like a stability where it's like, okay, I have to wake up, I have to do this, I have to go to work, and then I come home, and then this happens. And I really kind of miss that. But then I get to thinking about how it totally doesn't work for us. Like my husband's business has a lot of demands. I have to be available for different kind of things, to run to the bank and answer the phone and answer emails and stuff like that. That I don't know. I've gotten so used to the freedom of it that it's just
I could never go back to work, a real job.
Yeah, I just can't. I can't do it. I'm ruined. I'm ruined. I'm ruined.
I remember when I was teaching, when we would have teacher work days and we could go out for lunch, it just felt so bizarre to me, like not be in the school building. We were like out in the world, the day. So now it's nice. But it's nice having the flexibility, if the kids get sick or my mom needs to go somewhere, or It just has made it so much easier.
Yeah, I just can't imagine going back. I have to make this work because I can't imagine, like, going back to, where I can't just do what I want.
Yeah.
The only problem is that I struggle all the time because I really want to make a certain amount of money. I really want to feel like what I'm doing matters. And I think it's really easy, especially with a lot of moms that are resellers, to really feel like their business is kind of second or third or fifth or 10th, where it's not as important as it should be because it's, oh, well, it's just after school care money. It's just Billy go to soccer money. It's just,
Yeah.
But
if they didn't have it, they wouldn't. And it's lunch money. If they, if I don't pack their lunch and they want to buy lunch, it's lunch money. And all these things add up. I mean, that stuff just, It's
like, if you lost it, if that money went away, if your eBay, Etsy, Amazon closed down, and it went away and you didn't have it anymore, there would be a huge impact on your household.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So.
But I really want to, and I think that's something that I go back and forth with because I've gotten, I feel like I'm not productive a lot of the time, and I want to use my time wisely. And I know that if I did, my business would be huge. There's so much opportunity. There's really nothing stopping me but me.
I get that way too, and I think about the time that I'm not doing this, but then I have to remind myself, well, is that my business plan? I get, most Fridays I'm at the kids' school, and when the kids are home, I'm not usually doing much work. I might edit photos or something, but when they're home, I'm with them, and so that's a big chunk. But if I had to do it, then yeah, I would have to tell the kids, sorry, go watch TV, or I don't know. So
that's what I do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, I found this great new game called Minecraft. Why don't you try this out for a little bit?
Oh my
God.
It. They would play it 24/7 if I let them.
Yeah.
I think what April has done, where she got to take something that, her business with eBay and now with Amazon too, and quit her job and just make that her business as her money, I think is exceptional. And I know, April, you've gone back to work now, but it's not because of money, because she was very successful with the money. It was like a triumphant go at making money. I'm going to go full time. It was just great benefits. I couldn't have turned down those benefits.
That's awesome.
Hold up the sign. I gotta get you some. We gotta figure out your audio, April. We gotta get it figured out. But yeah, I don't know. Reselling, I think, is it's totally an amazing opportunity. If you can really think about it, because I've had to think about that. My husband's from Mexico, and there's times that there's possibilities that my country is like, you don't need to live here no more, and y'all gotta move. And I think about that, and I'm like, okay, could I sustain this in Mexico? Like, what can I sell? Can I sell like beach sand, or what do I do? I'm gonna find somebody like to craft me some stuff, or I don't know. I just don't think I could give it up, but I don't know how to. When I really think about, like, okay, not having my business, I always have this back mind of like, well, this is how I could sustain it. If I moved out to the middle of nowhere, I feel like I could sustain my business,
I've thought that way too. Like, I want to get a beach house someday. So I'll just drive up to Houston and thrift all day and then take all my crap and go back to the beach.
There's a lady I was talking to. She sells a huge part of her business is shells.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She sells shells.
Oh, I have some shells, but I haven't listed them because there's some that I have that are so delicate. But I'm like,
I need to take a beach trip, Margaret.
The shells here? But I did find some stuff at the Goodwill down there off the seawall. I tell you what. Did you? I did. I was surprised. I found some good stuff.
Does anybody have any last-minute questions in the chat? Go ahead and post them, because we'll be cutting out here in a couple minutes. So.
I just wanted to remind everybody about something. The February 29th deadline for the product identifiers for your eBay listings.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get those updated. Or
And
you're
that
good to, I was just going to say you're good to cancel listings and not.
Yeah, and you know, I've heard a lot of people complain about that, but you really got to keep in mind the reason why eBay wants you to do it. And I hear a lot of people go, oh, well, eBay's trying to be Amazon. No. Google has a product identifier requirement for your listings to be over in Google. For anybody, Bonanza or Amazon or anyone that has products, they have to have the product identifiers. And if you want your eBay items that are good till canceled to show up over in Google, then you need to have your product identifiers because it's going against the Google rules.
So they'll just deactivate them until you fix them, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's only, yeah, like Tonya was saying, it's only on the good till canceled ones. I know a lot of people that are going in and just, they're taking their good till canceled off, so they don't have to do it.
And is it
That's a good idea.
After, or are they after?
Are they what?
The product identifier, is it the UPC that they're wanting, or just like?
Because that's a requirement. Yeah, if you look at Google and you look at like Google Shopping, or you look at any of the product identifier of the UPC or the MPN, like the manufacturer part number,
right,
is a requirement.
So you can bulk edit.
I haven't seen a bulk edit. You cannot, and I think eBay did that on purpose. That you cannot bulk edit. Does not apply.
Is it just on new items? Because like
yes, it is just on new items.
Yeah. All right, some of my stuff don't have that. That's cool. That's cool. I don't have a lot of new stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know people say, you know, like they're all up in arms about it and or whatever, but it really is something that they're trying to do to your advantage as a reseller. They're not trying to hurt you. I know it's pain, but
you get all upset about stuff. It's like, why waste your energy? It is happening.
It doesn't matter what eBay does. Somebody's gonna go, oh my God, I'm quitting. Yeah. I quit. Yeah. I'm moving over to eBay. You know, like.
I mean, I'm sure I have like 700 listings. I've got a big chunk of work ahead of me, but it's the way it is. So either I can deal with it and move forward, or what is my other option?
Like I said, there's a lot of people that they're just changing it. They're getting rid of the get till canceled, so they don't have to. But you know, the thing is that really reinforces what I've said before about good till canceled listings, is that they're your way into Google. And people didn't get that, you know, and I was like, well, you have to have your listing there you can't just have your listings end and begin every 7 or 10 or 30 days and then expect them to show up in Google. They need to be good till canceled because they need to be there long enough to get the product feeds over there. And, you know, I would get some kind of, you know, blowback from that, but it really kind of reinforces the fact that it is factual. You know, that's why eBay's only enforcing it on the good till canceled listings.
Right.
But anyway, do we have any other questions, Tonya? Did you see anything else in the chat before we?
Thelma is talking about eBay will make the buyer pay for return shipping if the product is considered defective in some way. She says this can be quite subjective. Example, if a color can be wrong, but it's not defective. So I'm not sure. Is this a new change that's happening?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah. Even though I usually have the returner, the person pays for the return shipping, eBay usually sides with them anyway and makes me pay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, oh, and our Gulf Coast resellers have our meetup on Saturday. So I get to meet Thelma in real life. And Cauldron of Collectibles and some other YouTubers.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some video for sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping they'll all be okay with it because
they ain't gonna have a choice.
I know. Too bad, so sad. No, I'm kidding.
So where can they find information about your meetup?
If you're in the Gulf Coast area, we have a Facebook group called Gulf Coast Resellers. So you have to be in the area, you know, and I just after we created it, I was like, well, Gulf Coast kind of goes all the way to Florida, don't it? But we were thinking in our area, right? You know, like Texas Gulf Coast. So yeah, that's where we are. If you're in the area.
That's awesome. All right. Well, does anybody have anything else they would like to talk about before we close out today's show?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. April, go, 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 go. No.
Oh, I can read that.
All right, well, we're going to get April fixed up because I need her on the show. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the Reseller Stew Facebook group. We post all the show, updates in there. And you can also subscribe. I know Margaret has her own fan page, Texas Gal Treasures, right? And so Tonya, don't you?
It's just you can find me on Facebook, Tonya Sheets.
Yeah. And April with the Reseller Warning Curve. Did you ever set up a Facebook page for that? Nope. Okay. Never mind. April don't. No, April. No, but anyway. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a really great week, and I hope you get some really good sales and some really good finds. And bye.
Bye.
Bye.